What's up, everyone? Day 2 of the journey. Wanted to just update you guys a little bit, but I wanted really to kind of give you guys my history so that way you guys know who I am and why I'm doing this, and some other successes and failures I've had along the way. My name is Joe. I am 42, going to be 43 this September. I am Italian of descent, 100%. That probably did not help with the amount of food I eat, but that's not my my genetics fault. Um, but I have always been a big guy. I never really been little. Even when I was 12, 13, I was always a big boy. But never to this point, and never to the point that I've had since I've been, in my adult years. As a kid, it was tough a lot because, the people you love, they always say things, they're trying to help you, but it's not the right things to say. My grandmother, God bless her heart, immigrant from Italy. Did you lose any weight yet? Did you lose any weight yet? I'm like 12 or 13, and I get it. She's just trying to help. It wasn't malicious in nature at all. It just wasn't helpful. God bless her. God rest her soul. She passed away this year. So obviously everybody has their own childhood stuff. Obviously I got made fun of a little bit for being fat, but I played sports and stuff. I was active relatively, so it really didn't hurt too bad. As far as that goes, I had good friends, so it was okay. As I got older, as I got to my teenage years, I dealt a lot with anxiety. No, I can't really say depression. I was never really depressed. Like I didn't want to live. I mean, I had days where, you guys know how that goes, but never really what I would call depressed, but anxious for sure. Fast forward, got married, wife, kids. Back and forth with the weight, up, down. We kept around 250 to 280, and then got to about 300, and it started to spiral right around before COVID time. Work was getting real stressful. I was battling a lot with some of the guys at work, and I'm the general manager of a store and a website, and it just got to be too stressful, and I was taking work home with me, and I was eating my feelings, and it was rough. One day in 2019 at work, I was getting ready to have meetings with the old staff. We were changing over some staff, and basically people were having to re-interview for their jobs. Sucks, but as the GM of the company and the direction they were going, I was all in because it was going to be what we needed to do as a business, So that happened. I got to the point of meeting one of the people there that was very connected with the family that owns the place, and I stressed myself out to a point that I felt like I was having a heart attack. I was sweating, dizzy. I felt pain in my chest. I had to stop. I went home that day and went to the doctor immediately. Did a stress test on my heart, all the things that come with, a huge panic attack that felt like a heart attack. Got myself in order right at the beginning of 2020, January 1st, kicked off, did DDPY, which if you guys don't know, that's Diamond Dallas Page's yoga program, which is a great program. I recommend it for anyone who can do it. You can even do it on a chair. It doesn't matter. That's something I'm going to start up again. I think it's a cool thing to do, and it's worked out very good for me. I was flexible. I was killing it, man. Then, decided on that day I was going to start with that. And then I was going to ease myself. As soon as I felt physically good and able, I would start going to the gym. And I did. And I went from 330 pounds at the beginning of 2020, 330 pounds, all the way down to 260 before COVID shut the world down. That's a whole other thing. I won't go into that. But COVID shut the world down, and I never got my momentum back. Had a second kid during COVID. And work got tougher, and less money around with the companies that we worked with, and God willing, things are still good. The company's doing well. We're actually going to transition to our next stage in our development, so things are good. But it was hard. Took a lot out of me. Took a lot out of my family. My wife and I had some struggles. I mean, we're good now. But there was a while there where we weren't really connecting to each other, which sucks, and I owe her better than that. And to her credit, she says she owed me better than that too. So we're getting back to being a team. Never anything serious, but it was important for us to be honest with each other and get better. Now, after all that, we've got our, 2025 was some of the worst financial time of my life. I never seen the negative on my bank account so much ever. But my wife got back to work at the end of 2025, and now this year things have been a ton better. We've been able to manage our money better. We actually went on vacation this year. So things are getting better in that regard. So I thank everybody for that. But the last thing I worried about was me physically, and obviously that's not good. You can see I'm fat, guys. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, okay? But I'm working on it. Yesterday was day one of me talking to you guys and letting you know who I am and what I'm doing. But I'm doing this for my little girls. I have 2 little daughters and my wife, of course, and I owe them the world, so I'm not going to stop until I'm better for them. I refuse to let someone else walk my daughter down the aisle. Refuse, period. I think every man feels that way, but I refuse. So I'm going to do this the old-fashioned way. I'm going to work my butt off. I'm going to watch my calories. Downloaded MyFitnessPal, which is a pretty cool app that I've been using. I've used it before. It worked really well for me in the past. There is a paid version. I haven't done it yet because I want to see how much I'll really use it. But used it yesterday, used it today, and got myself going, put my Apple Watch back on the charge and got it going again, used it today to track my steps at work. I got off my butt a little more at work and moved around more, which is always helpful. Obviously the tracker does a good job kind of making you get up and stuff like that. So all in all, good day. I ate better. I did not overeat. I did not drink anything that had calories in it. I know that's a big thing for me. I love soda. So any soda I drank was just zero, or I didn't drink any soda. So that's a positive for me. Even just that is a huge deal for me. So I'm going to keep doing that. Today I had I'll be honest, I had a donut for breakfast. And then I had, for lunch, I made myself a sandwich, really low key, just some lunch meat that was at home. And then tonight, just having dinner with my wife once we get inside, go on the treadmill, maybe go for a walk. It's nice out. But that's day 2. I appreciate you guys very much. I'm not going to weigh myself every day. I feel like that's just, it's not smart behavior, especially considering how much things can change just off of one meal or even one drink. So I appreciate everyone's comments yesterday. I appreciate the subscriptions, the people subscribing and people following and people liking it and giving me good vibes. I appreciate it. If you need good vibes, I'll give them back. I try to be a positive guy. In this world is so much negative. I can't do it. I feel like if I go negative on top of it, I'm going to have a really bad life, and I can't do that to myself or my kids or my wife or even you guys. So thank you again. Y'all have a great night. I'll see you tomorrow for day 3. Let's get them.